let's go to the next thing. So today I want to talk about how to get your opt-in form out there. So we have an opt-in form. Now we want to sign people up. And so what you're going to be looking for is the traffic that's coming in, number of people that sign up with that traffic, and then putting it somewhere. And so you can do this a number of places. First of all is you could definitely put on your homepage. So a lot of people's, like, I've done that on my homepage. If you go to marketopiahq.com, you'll see that my opt-in page is at the very top, and it's part of the homepage. And so you can do that for yourself. It's good for anybody that's doing any kind of organic search or anything like that. So I have a blog that's there, and so I have new articles coming out every day that that people can search and watch. And so I'm doing a lot of SEO with that. And then what they can do is they can opt in, and then they get the checklist for free. And then we also get I also notify people of their of new blog posts that come out each day. And so that's one way you can do it. And it's a really nice way of having it, because it's like it's your homepage for your website. So it's like, okay, it's a central place. So if you have a company and you want to have there, you always want to have some sort of opt-in on your company page. You don't have to have it front and center necessarily, but that's definitely a good way. The second thing is, within blog posts. So within a blog post, you can then have it put in certain places. So I put it in two places. One is at the very bottom. If someone gets through the whole article, usually that's a really good place. Is anybody that reads the whole blog article is actually a very qualified lead. That people should probably they got good information out of it, so they probably want to hear more from you. And so that's a really good one. And then I also put it after the key takeaways that are in each blog, so kind of the executive summary in the top there. And so those are great ways of getting, because it's one thing to have everybody opt in, it's other thing to have the right people opt in. And that's really what I'm looking for, because you really want to make sure that you are bringing in the right people. Because if you don't, then it's like it doesn't really matter. If they're not the right person that likes to follow you or like your content, then it's just it's a person that's just randomly there, and they're not really that engaged in what you have to say. Next thing, of course, is social media. So you can always want to put a link somewhere to your opt-in page somewhere on social media. You want them to go somewhere. You can have, it's always great to have a link in there just to your opt-in page, whether it's on your website or if you have it standalone as well. So have a clear call to action with it. You can build a lot of, like Facebook, you can build lead capture pages within the system. It's up to you if you wanna do it that way. I prefer not to, just because I want people to get out of social media, and sometimes social media, especially today, has different views that you may not want to. You want to have it in your own control versus the control of another system that you may or may not want to post certain things on. So that's up to you, but you can definitely do that. And I'm sure there's other stuff as well, but with other social media, there is other things available as well. Also is have it on your YouTube videos. So may have seen on descriptions of these videos, I have a link to my website to be able to have people to learn more each time. And so definitely in the description, you want to have a link to your website or your opt-in page, wherever you want people to go next. You want it in there as well. And then in your email signature as well. This isn't as much, but if you are sending emails to people and say you want them to opt into something else, then definitely add it to your email signature, or even in the PS part of it, because the two most read things in an email is the beginning and the PS. So definitely put it there, or in the email signature as well. So those are the things that really help to have people see where it is. It's like showing, these are pretty easy, free ways of getting people there. Obviously, if you do ads, you'll have people go through link to your opt-in page. So once you get people there, you want people to opt in. You want to look at your opt-in rates and see how best you can get those. Depending upon where they come from, you're going to have different opt-in rates. So When you're just getting started, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But if you're doing paid traffic, you want at least 20 to 40% opt-in rate, just because you're hopefully focusing your traffic in there enough that that you're getting the right people opting in, or the right traffic that you are promoting there. When it comes to more organic traffic, you're going to have a much lower opt-in rate, just because different people are going to come from different areas. So it's more about putting the opt-in where it gets the max amount of the right qualified candidates versus people that are just randomly going there. And so that's a little bit different. You don't necessarily need a high opt-in rate when you're doing organic traffic, especially when you're just beginning, because you're trying to you know just get some um, getting some things started, and so that you're not trying to you're just starting with the algorithm, especially doing SEO or something like that with on your blog site or something like that, because that's where you're going to end up, where a lot of people are just seeing it for the beginning and you're just getting traction. So once you get traction, then you can start looking at it more closely. If you're not getting consistent traffic to your site, then it's not really going to be very helpful, other than the fact that you're doing it. So a lot of it is just with organic is getting it done. It's going to take 30, 60, 90 days to really see anything significant or consistent. So you got to stay consistent for at least 90 days before you really switch up. Otherwise, it's just not going to really work out for you. You're not going to have the algorithm work for you. If you're doing paid traffic and you have a lot of funds coming at it, then it'll happen a lot quicker. But for most part, we see most people doing organic. Organic is a great way of getting started, vetting things out without spending a ton of money. It's more about time than it is that. So, but it allows you to vet a lot of things more. And then you actually are building up traffic, and it does help with in the long term as well. Anytime you can have organic search for paid ads, even, it's always a good bump. And so you never want to think of it as like just slogging through for nothing. It gives you a lot of longevity and evergreen type of content and traffic for the algorithms for social media and like Google and just SEO traffic in general. So don't think that time spent is wasted if it doesn't really come out to anything, because it's all that content that's there, and it gives you're just creating roots like a tree. You can have a tree grow really fast doing paid ads, but if you don't have that SEO or other type of social media presence, it just you don't have really deep roots. And so having those deep roots, even if your tree isn't growing very fast until later, that's definitely going to be a benefit to you. So hopefully you find this helpful, and I'll talk to you next time.